how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I, of course, am Dr. P, and today we're going to try and continue uncovering the secrets of the Season 3 storyline. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure to check me out over on caffeine.tv. I'm going to be going live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be giving away battle passes, so it's a great opportunity to get the battle pass for yourself. So earlier today, I tweeted out if anyone had any Season 3 theories, and I got this really cool one from Ashlyn Dog, who says the Visitor is the good guy and was the good guy all along. He said the only way to break us out of the simulation, or loop if you will, was from within. So he risked his life to give Midas the information and technology to build the device. Agent Jonesy was a worker for the people who made the loop, and when the huge surge of energy from the device was put into the storm, it had caused a malfunction. They didn't know the storm would react this way, and it made a surge of water, and the storm, which is not a real storm, kept it in for as long as possible. This season or the next will be about breaking the loop completely and talking to the people who put us here. It's a very good theory, and I don't know if it's true or not, but to me it at least makes a decent bit of sense. So the Visitor in his tapes in Season X said the only way to control the loop was from within the loop itself. We also don't know where the Visitor is from. We know that he came in a meteor and was in the middle of the Dusty Divot. That's all we know. We know nothing about where he was actually from. Is it possible he was from the same universe that our current map is in? He knew Midas, and he was trying to actually gather information to tell Midas in another universe in a different timeline how exactly he himself could break us out of the loop. According to this theory, the Visitor and Midas would be on the same side, and possibly would indicate that Midas would be one of the 7. It also indicates that Jonesy and the people inside of that office building that we were teleported to during the event would be on the opposite side. Jonesy, according to this theory, is working for the people who made the loop, and possibly would be fighting and monitoring everything on the map to ensure that the loop stays in place for whatever reason, because we do know that during the event there was a computer screen in that office building that literally was playing the events and what was happening from the main Fortnite island remotely. So someone or something was keeping track of what was going on the map. Now, Agent Jonesy did say in the event that he did not know the storm would react like this, and they could not have planned for this, and that it must be a part of the loop. The really interesting thing is we don't know who Jonesy was talking to on the phone. Could it have been Midas? That would go against the theory. Could it be the Visitor? That would also go against the theory. Could it be one of the higher-ups in his office building? No one really has any clue who he was talking to, and once we find that out, if we ever do, we'll start to piece together a lot more of the puzzle. Here's another tweet I got from EXO Ghost, who says, Marauders spawn in barrels. The barrels fall from rifts. Maybe we could be seeing the 7 make a return this season to close the interdimensional plane once and for all. So in case you don't know, this season there is a new feature called the Marauders, and the Marauders are basically a whole bunch of henchmen-like guys who I think are personally tougher to deal with than the henchmen, who will drop out of the sky and just start fighting you randomly. They'll start following you around. They are so annoying. But if you do look at the sky when they fall in, they come out of a rift, just like the rifts that we saw last chapter, and the rifts that played a big part of the storyline. I think the fact that these rifts exist still in Chapter 2, especially considering the fact that we've seen people go through the rifts before, aka the Visitor back in Season 4 during the original rocket launch event, and then of course during the end event as well, I might be missing a few, is a sign, just like EXO said, that we could be getting some sort of Chapter 1 relevance back in here for this season regarding the rifts. Now what I mean is we could be seeing people who we saw last chapter, or anyone else for that matter, use a rift to break into the Fortnite world from some other plane or some other universe. If you look at the Marauders themselves, they look so weird. They almost look like some sort of tribal team or something. They just look like they are definitely not from anywhere around here, and that could be also a sign that other different dimensions and universes are gaining access to our world possibly for storyline related events in the future. So now I want to talk about the Midas/Oro theory. If you've been keeping up with my latest uploads, you'll know this has been a topic I've been talking about quite frequently. I saw this post on Reddit by user TO New York 14, and I think it actually covers a couple different points I have not touched on yet, so I wanted to share it with you. It's pretty long, but I'm only going to try and cover the main points. So his theory is that the shark ate Midas, or at least tried to, but he failed because everything Midas touches turns to gold. Midas survives, but why haven't we heard from him? Because he is pulling strings underwater. Maybe his physical appearance has deteriorated. Why would I think this? Because of a skin we already have in-game that has barely any context, Oro. Oro is a part of the Midas' revenge set. Revenge for what? Well, maybe his device being foiled by the simulation runners, or maybe it's for being eaten by that shark. Regardless, Oro is a golden skeleton. Why would he need to breathe if he's underwater? Maybe Midas becomes Oro and he takes over the underwater world. Oro has a style called Skeleton King and it looks brown, dirty, and tarnished. Maybe from his time underwater plotting his revenge, he becomes dirty or tarnished. There have already been theories this season about the Kraken and that Aquaman will have to fight it to save the map. Maybe we would see Atlantis when the water recedes, etc, etc. I find it plausible that it could be Midas/Oro who has taken over the underwater world and seeking vengeance becomes the main antagonist for Aquaman. In a way, I even think this fits with the whole simulation path because it is the people/company who control the simulation that changed the map and included Aquaman into Fortnite. The too long didn't read version is Midas is not dead, has taken the form of Oro, and is seeking his revenge on the Fortnite map and the simulation runners under the waves of the flood. So there are a couple of very interesting and new points here in this theory. We have talked in detail, at least for several videos, about the possibility of Midas becoming Oro based on the Midas' revenge set. I had talked about Midas possibly losing his flesh because of being eaten by the shark, but it's possible that he could lose his flesh if he's just underwater for a certain amount of time. Think about it, if you're underwater for so long, you will literally start to decompose very quickly. This is very evident just from like taking baths or getting in the shower. If you're in the shower or in the pool or in the bath for too long, your skin, your fingers will start to wrinkle up, and that's a sign that your body is trying to fight back against the water. Stay in the water too long, like weeks or months at a time, and your skin will fall off. I did a bit of research though about the chemical properties of gold in regards to touching the water, and it actually turns out that gold is very resistant and is very rare to rust, especially inside air or water. So I don't know if that throws that theory out of the window, or at the very least the part about the Skeleton King style. But then again, it's Fortnite, and Fortnite does not follow the rules of the world all the time. So I'd say it's still possible, but not as possible as I thought originally when I read this theory. It's also really interesting to think about how Aquaman could tie into this theory, because let's be real, Aquaman's gonna have some role in this season. Now, I don't know if it will be the storyline, but at the very least, it will be something like how Deadpool was related to last season, where he takes over a POI. What if that POI, once the water level recedes, is Atlantis, the fallen lost city of Atlantis, which would be perfect for this season. Not to mention, that's literally the main place where Aquaman is throughout all of his movies. The description of the Aquaman skin is the undisputed king of the sea. Guess who else is a king though? Oro. Literally, Oro is a king. He has a crown on his head. What if Oro is underwater, rotting away, but at the same time plotting his revenge, and he's already found Atlantis while it's under the water and is claiming it for himself? Then Aquaman comes out at some point during the season and they clash over control of the city. I think it's incredibly interesting, and one way or another Aquaman is going to tie in with what's happening this season, and I cannot wait to find out. I'm so excited about this season so far. I'm having a great time playing. I really feel like it's one of the best seasons in a very long time for more ways than just one. You know, the gameplay is better than it has been this chapter. The storyline is much better than it has been this chapter. A lot of reasons to get excited about Fortnite right now. Guys, make sure you subscribe and drop a like and leave your comments in the comment section or tweet me for a chance to be featured in my upcoming videos. Follow me over on caffeine.tv, the link is in the description, as well as use my support a creator code in-game. It's Pineapplez YT. I'll catch you all in my next one, and until then, take it easy, stay safe, and peace out.